Okay, students, we will learn today about systemic and pulmonary circulation through our heart. First, draw a heart, very simple or pear shaped. Heart. Okay. Don't take much time in drawing heart today, because you have to draw many more things after that. Okay. Here are the basic parts from this is the superior vena cava, this is the inferior vena cava. Okay, that comes from here, and here is the another valve, and the part. Okay. So blood goes through this from right ventricle. Okay. So this is superior vena cava, and this is inferior vena cava. Okay, and goes through deoxygenated blood, goes through, this is the arrow from where blood comes, and goes through this particular way. Deoxygenated blood goes through pulmonary artery. Okay, clear? This is pulmonary artery. Clear about that. Next, about left side. From left side, blood comes through pulmonary vein. Okay, and the blood goes through this mitral or bicuspid valve and goes to the left ventricle and goes out the oxygenated blood or oxygen rich blood through this, come to here and goes through this particular line through the aorta. It goes to the aorta. Okay, to the whole body. Clear? Now this is the basic figure of heart in a small case. But what is about systemic and pulmonary circulation? Now let me show that. What about one? First we will learn about pulmonary circulation. Okay, so you know that the oxygenated blood comes from the lungs. Oxygenated blood comes from the lungs. Here, if we draw capillary, pulmonary capillary. You already I think know that our lungs has many alveoli, and alveolar walls are full of capillaries, and that our gaseous exchanges O2 and CO2 gaseous exchanges takes place here. So through these capillaries. So whenever our deoxygenated blood comes through pulmonary artery, it comes to the lungs, and after gaseous exchange takes place in the capillaries of the alveoles, it become again oxygen rich. Okay, gaseous exchange takes place here. Okay, pulmonary capillary, and blood comes through that line to that line to that line to that line, and after uh, removing maximum amount of CO2, they the pulmonary vein takes the oxygen rich blood and comes to the left ventricle. Okay, so this whole thing is termed as pulmonary circulation. Okay, got it? Now another part of the heart is systemic circulation, which is traveling of blood throughout our body. How it happens? It happens through inferior and superior vena cava, and inferior and what does it do? Actually, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood from the whole body. Okay, so if we draw a tissue level capillary, if we draw a tissue level capillary, simple tissue level capillary, if we draw a tissue level capillary, then we will find that deoxygenated blood after using oxygen for respiration, each cell produce carbon dioxide, and that amount of carbon dioxide which is excess comes to the heart through the superior and inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava from the upper part of the body, and inferior vena cava from the lower part of the body, brings the deoxygenated blood through the inferior and superior vena cava to our right auricle or right atrium. Okay, now what happens when it needs the oxygenated blood? Nothing. The oxygenated blood comes through the aorta. The oxygenated blood comes through the aorta. The oxygenated blood comes through the aorta. Aortic blood brings the oxygenated blood to the whole body, and tissue level capillaries exchange it. Okay, I think this is known as systemic circulation.